The SK pistol match and the SIG 210, is this a good combination? Let's find out. Hey guys, welcome back to the Gun Viking channel. In today's video we're going to test the pistol match, the green box. Well, I've been corrected. It's a black box with green lettering. I will still call it a green box, no matter what everybody else say. And the SIG 210. This is ordinary a 9mm pistol, but this has the conversion kit that allows you to practice cheaply with .22 long rifle. So, the last cartridge I shot in this pistol was the SK rifle match. That was pretty consistent, and I'm very happy with the result. And we're going to see if the pistol match can do better. This is actually made for pistols, while the rifle match is, well, made for rifles. So we don't need any fliers, so we're going to just start shooting for groups. And I just lost the chrono. That was a shame. We won't be able to get any chrono data from the pistol match. Well, I'm going to test it in the Pardini, and I'm going to test it in the Firearm, and I'm going to test it in the Hammerly. So don't be afraid, we're going to get some numbers later. This pistol prefers a little bit hotter ammo, and I can see that the slide is not going all the way back. We have to see if it locks open on the last shot. From here, that looks pretty decent. Let's go and find out. Ooh. This is actually really good with a conversion kit on a 9mm pistol. 3 in a clover here, and 2 that has strayed a little bit. Eye and mouth. Maybe it's the shooting range ghost. How about that group, guys? That was pretty decent. Let's shoot more groups and see if that was a fluke, or if that ammo actually is that good in this pistol. Maybe this German-Swiss combination is a good combination. Ah! 5 already. Time flies when you're having fun. Yeah. It's a little bit bigger, but it's still a good group for this kind of gun. And while I'm loading this magazine, why don't you press the like button and subscribe to my channel? I always need new subscribers. And leave a comment. I try to answer everybody. Too bad with this fly. There's a lot of flies here in the shooting range, and don't know where they all come from. Maybe it's a decomposing body from the ghost. I think that was the largest group with the pistol match so far, but we still have 3 or 4 more groups to shoot, so we're gonna pull the average down, I guess. And I also want to thank my buddy for allowing me to use his gun. Again the fly, in the exact same spot. Strange. But this is a nice 4-shot cluster. That was a pretty nasty fly. If you can just get a couple of groups without the fliers, that would be pretty decent. Almost spectacular. It's a hard magazine to load. The Swiss really makes good springs. 3 rounds in a small hole and 2 that didn't want to socialize with the group. Let's do one more group. And let's hope these 5 rounds are social and not antisocial and want to stick together down at the target. I think that's pretty decent. I think from here anyway. Even though I think the last shot opened it a bit. A little bit. Well, they're all touching, but not in the right places. You know what I mean? I think I'm gonna take one more. 7 groups must be a nice round number, don't you think? We can't let that last DNA string be the last group. Have to do one more and see if we can get a round hole, not a long one. You know, this SK loop is so slippery. Slippery when wet. For being a conversion kit, you don't have much malfunctions on it, and this is a full slide. I actually think this is, no, it's not the smallest group, but it's a decent group. Too bad with this one flyer, otherwise it would be a nice group to end with. Well, I'm gonna take them home, measure them, and give you the results. I've circled the first shot in each group, and it's pretty clear that we're dealing with the classic 4+1 syndrome here. As many of you probably know, this is something that can show up more or less frequently when shooting semi-autos. It most often happens when using the slide release instead of pulling the slide back and letting it go manually. Of course, there could be other factors at play here too, but I find it hard to believe it's a coincidence that 4 out of 7 groups had a flyer on the very first shot. That's a disaster for group size. Those flyers almost double the overall spread. And who knows, maybe the results would have been completely different if I hadn't used the slide release. Anywho, this is just the first of several tests I'll be running with this pistol, so we definitely get a chance to test that theory further. That's all for today, and until next time, shoot straight and take care.